All right, this impromptu go live. Let's see who's gonna come in. I need the ladies to come in. Come on in for this impromptu sudden live video. Come on in, come on in. Let's see, there is 1900 people on this page, so surely there'll be some ladies coming in a few minutes, and if not, I'm gonna go ahead and go and tell you guys what just hit me. Oh my God, what just hit me not even 5 minutes ago, because every Friday I've noticed a pattern now. I'm noticing a pattern on Fridays of what's happened, and the Lord just gave me this message of Freedom Friday, because Fridays is when the cray-crays come out. Friday nights, the guys want to hang out. They're bored. It's the end of the weekend. Not only guys, but women too, are bored and lonely, and nobody wants to hang out, and I just want to have fun, and might as well do happens, and I'm lonely, I'm bored, and let's get together happens. Let's go ahead and watch a Netflix movie. Let's do the Netflix and chill thing. So how do I invite people to this thing? Do I? No, I don't know how I do that. But anyway, I'm gonna share this on the sisterhood group shortly too. I just posted something on my page about quit driving men to hell. Quit driving men to hell for the ladies. My posts are mostly for the ladies, if not most of the time, if not all the time, because I am a woman, of course, and I have experienced some things that I know that God is using to teach other women how to carry themselves and be acknowledge how that they can too be set free. So Fridays, ladies, sometimes we tend to entertain the wrong people because we're bored and there's nothing else to do, and somebody says a little joke and somebody's funny, and might as well, and let's go to the movies, or let's go ahead and go to his place, or whatever the case may be, just because there's nothing better to do. And my advice to you tonight is that you find something better to do than driving men to hell. What I mean by that is, for one, you're entertaining somebody that you don't want to go out with. You're entertaining someone that you have no interest in having a relationship with. You have no interest in having a countership with. You have not a partnership, a relationship, a marriage. It's just somebody that will give you a free meal. And a free meal can drive you right to hell as well. The way that you respond to men approaching you during the weekend or whatever, knowing their intentions, because you are not dumb, you can tell when what their intentions are. All that's going to do is, for one, bring you into a situation that you probably will regret, because things will happen that you probably didn't want to happen. And then two, now you're creating bitterness in that person's heart, because you are entertaining, you're wasting their time, you're wasting their money, you're wasting their effort, knowing that you're not interested just because you were bored and you wanted someone to buy you a free meal. So I encourage you to find you a book to read tonight, find you a movie to go watch by yourself. You don't have to always have company. The best way to get to know yourself and the best way to get to love yourself is to be alone. I have learned that throughout the years, and recently my mentor has had me thinking about how the isolation brings you into elevation. Sometimes God isolates you and keeps you away, and because you are set apart when you are in Christ, and it keeps you away from certain things and certain people because you are being elevated into a different level. You are becoming far away, set apart from the world. You are in the world, but not of the world, not of the world, as the word says. So I just, as soon as I posted that, was led to get here live. I know that some people will watch it later. I'm going to share in my groups and the latest groups that I'm part of, because a lot of times we entertain things that we need not to entertain just because we have nothing better to do. And if we think about it, we really do have a lot of things that better to do. We can start writing that book that is in our belly. We can start planning for that business. We can read a book, and even if you want to go out, you can go and have dinner by yourself. Society has made us think that being single is an issue and it's a problem, and it's not. It's better to be single, be alone with God, than dating the devil or driving someone to hell. You have to have enough care for yourself and enough care for others, not to be a part of their destruction. So tonight I received a text message from a former classmate, and never really had any meaningful any conversations outside from class. And I got a text message tonight that was about jokingly, in a way, quote unquote, jokingly, about when is our date. We never talked about going out. We never talked about anything unrelated to class. But tonight, when during the conversation, he asked how I was doing. I said, great, and you? And he responded, he said, lonely. That was his response. And I said, oh, hence why you're texting me on a Friday. Now, years ago, if he would have said lonely, who I was in my past, I probably would have been like, oh, well, we can hang out, or you can come over, or maybe I can come over there. I'm lonely too. I have nothing to do, even though I'm cleaning up my room and I have a lot of stuff to do, organize my room. I have stuff to do to prepare this weekend. So the old me would have been like, oh, you're lonely, even though I have no interest in this man. Would have been like, oh, well, let's hang out, but my response to him was, oh, okay, hence why you're texting me. You're lonely, so you're texting me. So needless to say, I just kind of let him know that I'm wrong number, wrong name, wrong address. This is not what you want. You come for me, you find Jesus. So, and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm not that person anymore. And this person didn't even know who I was before and how I was before. But the enemy knows, and he'll use anybody to try to bring you back to where you were. So that's why you have to be strong in faith and who you are, because the word says that greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So, ladies, be cautious, especially on the weekends, during nights. Friday, Saturday nights is when the guys are bored. The guys are trying to figure out who's gonna get that bite. Who's gonna bite the bait. So don't be that fish. Don't be that fish that jumps in the bronze stick. And I'm just gonna say it like my mentor will say it. Don't be the fish that jump on the stick. That's how my mentor will say it. And you know what I mean. So, be wise. Be wise. Be better than what you were yesterday. Be better than what you were last year. And be alert. Remain alert. The word says that the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And he comes like it's a subtle attack. It's a subtle attack. Sometimes if we're not paying attention, we can fall into the wrong places. And I failed many times before. And that's why, thankfully now, God has increased my discernment. And I'm able to see right through that. And not only that, but I'm able to be sweet and short with it. I see right through that. No, I'm not interested. I don't date. thank you. I don't do dates. I never like dating. I never, even when I was in the world, I never like the whole dating one guy this weekend, the next guy the next weekend, and try to test the waters and see what was what and who was this. I never like it, even when I was in the world. So much less now. So anyway, this is it. This is my time. I don't know how long I was up in here, but look, and that sipping tea life, that sip tea life is real. All this stuff that the enemy's doing, none of my business. It's none of my business. Sit down somewhere, sip some tea, handle your business, and stay away from driving people to hell because of your behavior and driving yourself to the worst version of you. Get better. Get better. Freedom Friday it is. Have a good night. Love y'all. Deuces.